Hi everybody, we're back for day 2, Thursday of Unit 7 closure. And that hopefully the first lesson went well for you. So we're gonna do the second one. And then remember, tomorrow on Friday, you're gonna do the quiz. Okay, so that's where I should start seeing results is as of Friday night after you've done the 2 lessons, taken some notes, practiced, and got all that done. Okay, so let's get on with day 2 of the Unit 7 closure. Okay, so I got my buddy over here. It said a cop pulled me over and said, "Papers." I yelled at him, "Scissors," and then drove off. So my dad joked, so I wasn't going to visit my family this December, but my mom promised to make Eggs Benedict. So I'm going home for the hollandaise. Ba-dum-bum. Okay, here we go. 7-122. So we got Joe, who's using his allowance money to download songs from the internet. So he can download them at a rate of 8 songs every 10 minutes. So for Joe, we have 8 songs in 10 minutes. And then Jasmine, who's downloading songs with the money she made from her part-time job, she can download at a rate of 12 songs every 15 minutes. So we have Jazz over here, can do 12 songs every 15 minutes. What they want to know is who's downloading faster. So which of these are faster? Which one's better, faster, quicker, better? Okay, so you got to ask yourself, how do I want to compare these two? Okay, probably the first thing you should think about is going, can we get a common denominator? Let's see which fraction is bigger. Okay, if it's bigger in there, it'll be faster. So let's get a common denominator. What do you think that might be? Oh, I heard somebody yell 5. So we're going to go downward. Okay, so that means I got to divide by 2, divide by 2. So then I get 4/5. And then if I need to get that down to 5, I got to divide by 3. Divide by 3. That gives me 4/5. What that just told me that these are equal. So who's downloading songs faster? Nobody. They're downloading at the same rate. So I would put down same rate. Now, did you have to go down to a 5? No, we could have gone maybe to like a 30. That would have worked too. Okay, 123. Solve the inequality. So remember, we solve that just like we solve an equation. And then they want us to graph it. So we have 8 plus x is less than or equal to a 3. We draw our little line. We want x by itself. How do I get rid of an 8? Yep, subtract it. So x is less than or equal to -5. Now, they want us to graph it as well. So we come over here. We're going to draw our number line. We're going to put -5 in the middle. Okay, -4, -3, -6, -7. Remember, since there's an equal sign, it's a closed-in circle. Do it right on the number line, not above, not below, right on it. And then we want all the numbers less than -5. So we're going to shade like this, going this way, and make sure you shade in your arrow. Got to shade in the arrow, showing that it keeps on going this way. Okay, let's go on to 24. So we have a biologist sitting near a pond, and he noticed a large number of dragonflies flying all over the place. He saw both frogs and fish trying to eat those dragonflies. So he counted a total of 89 fish, frogs, and dragonflies. He noticed that there were 4 times as many dragonflies as fish, and that the frogs were 5 more than twice the fish. They want us to figure out how many frogs, fish, and dragonflies there were. Okay, so first thing I know is there is a total of 89. Now remember what I said about these. Find out what don't you know. That's going to be your variable. Well, he said there are 4 times as many dragonflies as fish, and frogs were 5 more than twice the number of fish. So they didn't tell me anything about the fish. So F is going to be equal to fish. Okay, so I have an F down. Now, he noticed that there were 4 times as many dragonflies as fish. Okay, so we got 4 times the fish. So 4F is going to be my dragonflies. Then it said the frogs were 5 more than twice the number of fish. So 5 more than twice the number of fish. So I got to double the fish, 2F, and I've got to add 5. So 2F plus 5, and that's my frogs. Now we just got to solve it. So draw our line. Let's combine our like terms. So I have 7 F's, a 5, and the 89. Subtract 5. 7F equals 84. And then divide by 7. So F is equal to, 7 goes into 8 once, and then 7 goes into 14 twice. So I have 12 fish. Put the 12 back in here. 12 times 4 is? Yep, 48. So I have 48 dragonflies. 12 times 2 is 24, plus 5 is 29, and 29 frogs. So this is kind of like, remember what I said with our 3D setup? Okay, we're going to define what's going on here. Okay, we're going to do it, and then we're going to declare. Okay, and the last one. Probability. We've been doing this all year. I love probability. Okay, so it says we flip a penny. And I want to know the probability of getting a heads and then flipping a nickel and getting a tails. Okay, so let's start with the penny. So I can get a head or a tail. And they want to know what's the probability of getting a heads, and then now with the nickel getting a tails. So if I get a heads here, then I can get a head or a tail with the nickel. I can get a head or tail with the nickel. So we want a head with the penny, which is this one, and then a tail with the nickel. So that's this path right here. So there's only one way to do that out of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have 1/4. Now, if you don't want to draw the picture, for those of you who remember the shortcut, what's my probability of getting head on a penny? 1/2. What's my probability of getting tails on a nickel? 1/2. So 1/4 is the answer. So you can do it that way or this way. And then lastly, it says we want the probability of rolling a 5 on a standard number cube. Okay, well, the probability of a 5 is going to be 1 out of 6. And then picking a 10 or a jack from a standard deck of cards. Okay, standard deck of cards, 52. I have 4 10s and 4 jacks. So probability of a 10 or a jack is 8 out of 52. So we do 1/6 times 8 out of 52. 1 times 8 is 8. 52 times 6 is 312, which is not a bad answer, but we can simplify this. 8 goes into 8 once, and then 8 goes into 312 39 times. Okay, so the probability of getting a 5, okay, so the probability of a 5 and a 10 or jack is 1 out of 39. Okay, so now it's your turn. So this is where you're going to want to pause this and write this down. So you're going to combine like terms here, do that problem. Then you're going to come down to 5 and rewrite and solve this equation, fraction busting. Then you have a 3D problem. And then you're going to solve an equation. So I'll let you pause that and write all those down and do them. And then I'll be back. Okay, now that you've done it, let's go on to your answers. Okay, so for the first one, you should have gotten 5x squared plus 6x minus 19. Second one, once you fraction busted, hopefully you multiplied by 30. Okay, you would have gotten 24x plus 42 equals 3x, and it comes out to be negative 2. The third one, your equation should have been r plus 2r plus 7 equals 112. So Romy should have had 21 hamsters, Keegan 42 hamsters, and Bryn 49 hamsters. And then on the last one, hopefully you distributed. Don't forget that 3 times 8. Solved it, x should have come out to be 4. All right, that's all I got for you. Remember, tomorrow is when you're going to do the Canvas quiz. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.